have a fun video because my friend Joss and I swapped samples again. You probably already watch her, but if you don't, her channel name is Joss's Fragrance Mixology. It used to be Joss Jane, but I will link her channel below, and specifically, if I remember to go back once it's live, I will link her video where she is going to do some first impressions of fragrances I've sent her. But Joss is super awesome. She's like the nicest person ever. Love her channel. I watch basically every video she ever puts up unless somehow I miss it, because I just really enjoy the feeling that I get when I listen to her. Very personable and relaxing. So she sent me 16 fragrances, and I think all of them except for one I've never smelled before. So basically all of these are first impressions, and the one I have smelled, it's been a long time. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin with a fragrance that I very much associate with Joss, and that is this Narciso Rodriguez Musc Noir. This is one of her favorite fragrances of all, and in general she has a lot of, maybe not all, all of the Narciso Rodriguez fragrances. So I looked up some information about these fragrances, and this one was created by Sonia Constant, and I really like her work, so my hopes are high here. I'm sure this probably has that musk that is in a lot of the Narciso fragrances, but let's give it a smell. Oh, that is really nice, actually. So this is like a little bit of a powdery musk to me. I would say I kind of think there might be heliotrope in this. It kind of smells like that, and I think if I remember correctly, there was like heliotrope and maybe, was it plum? There's some sort of fruit in here too. But yeah, it has sort of this soft texture to it. It's very powdery. Well, I shouldn't say very, but it's somewhat powdery and musky and a little bit fruity. This is really beautiful. So that one is the Narciso Rodriguez Musc Noir. I know there's like, I think a rose version of this now too, but this is one I'm definitely gonna wear on skin because that might be something I would like to add to my collection. Next, let's do 3 Chloe fragrances. I have 3 different ones from this line. It's the like Atelier des Fleurs or something like that is the name of the line, but I'll try to remember to put pictures of the bottles. These bottles are gorgeous, but the first one up is Herba Mimosa, and this is the one out of all the fragrances I have today that I have smelled before. And I think this is Amandine Clerc Marie is who did this one, but at least last time I smelled this, I didn't love it, which should not be surprising if you know me because I'm not very much a fan of Mimosa, but let's give it a try again. So, by the way, these are basically soliflores, this line, so essentially there's just Mimosa in here, but we'll give it a shot. I don't dislike it. I don't like it either, though. I would say it's just kind of meh to me. Definitely has that Mimosa sort of. It's always this like fuzzy texture to me when I smell Mimosa. I don't know why. I get like a texture more than anything when I smell it. It's okay. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's, I think, better than I remember it being because I feel like I was kind of put off by this last time I smelled it. But, you know, this line, I will say in general is really good quality. So if you do like Mimosa, I would recommend you check this one out. I just don't. So that's not going to be for me. But let's try the next one. So the next one is called Ylang Cananga. Cananga. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. So this one's going to be their Ylang Ylang fragrance. Let me spray it here. And this one was created by Serge de Oliveira, maybe is his name. Oh, this is nice. I like the Ylang Ylang one here. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really get a whole lot else. I will say, to me, it doesn't smell just straight like Ylang Ylang. And in general, this line, even though they're soliflores, they do seem to have more than just kind of that one oil in them. To me, it definitely, you know, obviously has Ylang Ylang in it, but it's almost as if it's like a little bit watery, light, airy, maybe even with a touch of greenness. So again, I think that like if you look at the notes or note credited, it's just going to be the one, but these do have a little bit something else going on to them, and they're all really well done and beautiful, or at least the ones that I've tried so far. Okay, the last of the Chloes that she sent me is Tuberosa 1974. I kind of think this one might be something that they used to have back in 1974 that then they kind of re-released in this newer collection. But let's give it a try. Obviously, this is tuberose. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sure who created this one, but yeah, this one seems a little bit different in terms of the style because right away, to me, I'm getting some spices, whereas most of this line is very like light and like sort of, like I said, maybe sometimes watery, sometimes powdery, but really like so almost ethereal. Whereas this one, to me, has a little bit more oomph behind it than most of the collection, at least in this like Atelier de Fleurs collection, not necessarily the general Chloe fragrances. So I would say there's, you know, obviously tuberose in here, but I think there are other florals. Like it doesn't smell like straight tuberose to me. Maybe even some sort of pink floral. I'm not positive, but it seems like there are other florals in here and then definitely spice. I get a lot of spice from this one. Not a love for me either. I think I like the Ylang Ylang one the most, but you know, I think if you like the idea of like a spicy floral, with some white florals, of course, because there's that tuberose, then you might like the Tuberosa 1974. So those are the 3 Chloe fragrances. All right, next is one from Clean, and I think it's the Clean Reserve line, and this is called Sweetbriar and Moss. Now, I've never seen this in store, but I did see it's available at least on one of the discount sites when I looked it up, and it wasn't too expensive. So let's give this a smell. This is really light. I'm not picking up a whole lot here, like in terms of like it being really strong. It does smell mossy, like, I mean, it's probably not oak moss, right? But it kind of smells mossy. I think pepper too. I get some sort of a pepperiness to it. A woodiness maybe. Maybe the tiniest touch of citrus. Yeah, to me, it smells like a peppery, woody fragrance, obviously with the moss. But there's not much else to it, in my opinion. I don't dislike it. It's definitely, you know, a pleasant, light fragrance, so this might be good for spring. But I feel like it's not doing enough for me to really draw me in. So that one, I'm not sure who made this one, but it's called Sweetbriar and Moss from Clean Reserve. Next up is one from Jean-Paul Gaultier, and it's sort of the counterpart to La Belle. This is called Beau. And this one was also created by Quentin Biche and Sonia Constant, just like La Belle was. So let me give this a spray. By the way, the fragrance itself is actually, I'm assuming, dyed blue, but I've never smelled this one. Been kind of curious. It smells like a lot of men's designer fragrances right away. I get coconut, which maybe isn't in all the men's designer fragrances. I think if I remember correctly, this one's supposed to have like coconut, bergamot, and tonka, because you know, they don't really like put a lot of notes for this line anyway. Like when you look at the notes, especially originally when they first came out with La Belle, it was like, I don't even remember, like vanilla and pear and maybe bergamot. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, this one I get coconut, but then it kind of smells like coconut combined with kind of the traditional slightly sweet masculine fragrances that designers market nowadays. It's not bad, but I certainly wouldn't wear it myself. It just doesn't really appeal to me. And I don't think I would pick it out for a guy, but I don't think, like I wouldn't think somebody smelled bad with this on. Like they would smell good, just not my style. So that one is Beau. So the next one is from Korres, and I've been kind of curious about the Korres fragrances. This one is called Cashmere Kumquat, and I remember seeing this on, what was it, Skin Store, because they occasionally do like discount codes. Sometimes with, like they've done some stuff with me before on my channel, but just in general, they always have a discount, so never pay full price there. But I saw these and I was curious. Let me smell this. Oh, that's pretty nice. This is a light fragrance too, but yeah, you definitely get the fruitiness from the kumquat, I assume. And yeah, it has that like nice, smooth, like cashmere sort of woodiness to it. I would say there are florals as well. And maybe the tiniest bit of citrus in the opening, but it's not like, I feel like I got it right at first and it's almost like I can't pick it up anymore. This one is nice. I would say this would be a really great springtime fragrance. Especially if you like something that is a little bit, maybe almost a little bit watery. It doesn't smell aquatic, but it's not heavy at all. It's almost uplifting, even though it still has the fruitiness, and because it's not that sweet, honestly. I think that the woodiness and the florals kind of balance that out nicely. Yeah, I'm a fan of this one. So that is Cashmere Kumquat. All right, the next two I'm pretty excited to try. This is from Majda Bekkali is I think the name of the house. And this first one is called Fate Rev Claire. And then I have Fate Rev Obscure, which I think Jess said means like I have a clear dream and I have like a cloudy dream for the second one, if I remember correctly. But this one was created by Dorothy Piat, I think is her name. I'm not familiar with any of her work, at least to my knowledge. Let's give it a smell though. So again, this is the Claire one. This one smells a little bit resinous to me, not heavy though. Like it's kind of light, like light resins, maybe the tiniest like bit of a balsamic quality. I think there's musk in here and a little bit of spice. I would say, yeah, it's like, this is a very light fragrance, which maybe is where the Claire comes in. This is not super like animalic to me, but there is just like the touch of something a little bit, not like unpleasant at all, but like a little bit dirty to give it a little bit of intrigue, even though overall this seems like a really light wearing fragrance. And I'm not exactly sure what's in it that's doing that, but to me, this would be like something that I would wear maybe in a transition period from like summer to fall, because it does have something there that's almost leathery, but like I said, not heavy. So I think this could still work in really warm weather, even though it has a lot of notes, at least to my nose, that kind of would be something I would wear more in the cooler weather. So that one's pretty nice. Fate Rev Claire is that the name of that one. And then like I said, the other one is the same basic name except the last word is obscure instead of Claire. And this one is Marina Young Allegrette. I don't remember the full last name. I think it's Allegrette. Ooh, I like this one more right away. So to me, this one has a brightness, like a pink peppery sort of thing. Like, you know, when there's pink pepper in a fragrance and right away in the opening, it just kind of brightens it up. To me, that's what this opening is like here. Definitely woody. This is definitely a very woody fragrance. And again, there might be a really light touch of some sort of white floral in here, but nothing heavy, nothing indolic. To me, this is mostly just a sort of peppery, woody fragrance. And I quite enjoy that. Still not heavy though. So even though this one's called Fate Rev Obscure and it comes in a darker bottle, to me this is still not a heavy fragrance, and I think this could be pulled off even in maybe not as warm of weather as the last one, but still fairly warm weather. Yeah, I like that one. I'm not sure that I would buy either of them, but I'm definitely going to try those on skin as well and just kind of see how they play, because they might be something I end up really liking. All right, the next is a fragrance that's been hyped to death. This is Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer, and I don't know how I've managed to go this long without ever smelling it, but that's going to end now. So let's go ahead and give this a smell and see what all that hype is about. Okay, it's a nice vanilla. I do like this. A little bit sweet, definitely vanilla, a little bit woody. I would say there's some light, clean musk in here as well. Yeah, that's pretty. That's really pretty. I certainly don't need this, and it is kind of light as well, not super heavy. But I definitely would wear this, and if I saw it for a good price, I would buy it. Even though I don't need any more vanillas, because as you know, I just recently did my vanillas video, and I have a crap ton. If I had to compare this to one from my collection, I would say maybe I would need to do a side-by-side. I don't think it's exactly the same, because I think the Kayali is a little bit darker and a little bit heavier. Not that it's like super heavy either, but I would say maybe that one is what this is most similar to me out of my collection. But yeah, that's nice. It's a really pretty vanilla. So that's Midnight Shimmer. I don't think you can find it anywhere anymore. I've literally never seen it in a store, which is why I've never tried it. But if you do see it and it's cheap, it's a good vanilla. So yeah, that's the Michael Kors one. And next we have one from Lalique, and I haven't tried much from Lalique. If you have, let me know some ones that I should try, because I've tried like Soleil and didn't really care for it. And I've tried the one in the red bottle. It's kind of like square, but otherwise not too much. So this is called Or Intemporel. Let's give this a spray. And this one was created by Ylang Colas. Anyway, oh, this is nice. So this, again, has vanilla, but to me, this one is like a light white sort of fluffy vanilla. I would say this is got some woodiness and maybe like an amber accord in here, something that gives it like a slight leathery amberiness. This is good. There could be a little bit of spice in here as well. I think there is. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it maybe is nutmeg. Something along that line that's like not cinnamon, but like a baking kind of spice. Yeah, this is really nice. I like this one a lot. So that is Or Intemporel by Lalique. Yeah, I'm a fan of that one. Okay, and then we have one from Tokyo Milk, and I think I've tried something from them like a really long time ago when I was much younger. But this one is called Honey and the Moon. And of course, this was created by Margot Elena. She's the owner of Tokyo Milk and a whole bunch of other brands. And I believe she makes all the fragrances for all the brands, no matter which one you're talking about. So I'm assuming this is a honey fragrance. Yep, it sure is. This is sweet. So, oh, it's not bad though. There's something floral in here. And maybe something a little bit woody. Definitely sweet though. I would say it's not straight honey though. It's, I mean, it smells like honey, but like it smells like honey combined with something else. Almost like if you have like, you know how you can get like this fancy honeys that are from specific flowers, and sometimes they have like this light sort of like orangey, but yet florally quality to them. That's what this smells like. It smells like that kind of honey, if you have any clue what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's pretty nice. I would want to see how it wears on skin, because sometimes like sweet fragrances like this, especially with honey, can get really cloying on me, but this is really pleasant in the air and on the tester strip here. I would definitely give that a go. So that one's called Honey and the Moon. The next one I have here is from Merchant of Venice, and I only have one from them, which is Arabesque. I love that fragrance, but this one is called Andalusian Soul, and I've never tried anything else from the house. They're kind of hard to sample here in the US. I think they do have like a discovery set, but I've never seen it anywhere where I can pick it up here or buy it here in the States, so I haven't tried most of them. But let's go ahead and smell Andalusian Soul. Oh, this is more of a darker kind of fragrance to me. I would say this is like vanilla, maybe incense in here. Yeah, I would say there's something incensey, ambery, maybe even a little bit boozy in this one. Not super boozy though, but like a light touch. And I think this one might have a little bit of incense, but I don't love like the heavy incense fragrances. And this doesn't bother me. It's like the lightest touch, kind of like, this doesn't smell like Spiritus du Blavini, but kind of like how in that there's like the lightest touch that just gives it some interest, but doesn't overtake everything else. That's how it is here, even though these two don't smell anything like. And this actually does have a little bit of sweetness as well. I'm not sure what it is that's giving it that other than maybe vanilla, because I definitely get vanilla. Yeah, I like this. It actually also, as it sits here, has a little bit of a smoky quality. So overall, I would say this is a little bit darker fragrance. It doesn't seem cloying or heavy though, but it's like vanilla, woods, a little bit of booze, something incensey, resinous, like ambery to it. That's good. I like that one. So that's Andalusian Soul from Merchant of Venice. All right, I just have a few left, and the next one is from Kiko Meharees, I think is maybe how you say the name of that brand. I've only ever tried one from them, I think, but this is Lady Pointe. That might not be true. I think I've tried more than one from them. I've tried Locum and the newer Locum one that has like powder in it. Poudre probably is what it's called. But anyway, let's try Lady Pointe here. I don't really know much about this fragrance. It's floral. Floral, sweet, maybe like some like leathery, suede-y quality to it. And there's something like a touch, like powdery a bit. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Yeah, this one is not my style. This kind of reminds me of something that maybe is more in the line of some of the floral fragrances from days past. This doesn't smell like antiquated by any means, but it does seem like it takes a nod from, or it kind of takes inspiration from some of the like vintage floral fragrances. It's not my thing. Don't love it. But that's all right. So like I said, kind of fruity, floral, but not in like the modern sort of designer way. This is more unique than that, because it does have like some, like I said, something leathery or suede-y in it, but not my favorite. So that one is Lady Pointe. And then let's see here, just 2 left. I have, this one here is Meharees. I don't know how you say that. This is from Libra Lario, a brand that, oh geez, that whole top just came off. Did you see that? Let's try that again. Push it back on. Oh goodness, I don't know how to do this. 1 second. It just went in my face. Okay, we're good now. So I've never tried anything from Libra Lario, the brand, but I think they're not too expensive. So if this is good, it might be a nice, affordable fragrance. Ooh, I do like this. So this one does have cinnamon, I think, in it. Cinnamon, vanilla, an ambery quality again. Man, I like this one. Woody for sure. Maybe a little bit of something like, there's a citrus in here. I want to say it's orange or mandarin, something along that line. Oh yeah, this is a good one. So this is a nice, spicy, slightly sweet, ambery kind of vanilla. Big fan. Ooh. So yeah, that's Meharees from Libra Lario. And I think, like I said, I think this is a pretty affordable fragrance. So I might end up getting that one. All right, and the last one that she sent me actually the bottle that she had, because I know that she recently picked up a larger bottle of this one. She loves it so much, and I'm really excited to try this. This is Shalimar Philtre. Is it the full name? Philtre de Parfum. So this is Terry Vassar, and of course it's another Shalimar flanker, of which there are many, but I'm excited to try this one because I've tried most except for this one. I think when this came out, it kind of sold out quickly, but I do think it's around again now, for at least from like the Guerlain side. I think it kind of sold out fast. But let's give the Philtre version a smell. Oh, right away. So this is lemon and iris, first of all, is what I first smelled, which I like. But right away, this reminds me of the cologne flanker, not eau de cologne. So the Shalimar eau de cologne, that's just the EDC concentration of Shalimar. That smells more traditionally like Shalimar, but there was a flanker that came out, I don't know, probably a handful of years ago at this point, and it was in the traditional bottle, but it kind of had a pinkish hue to it, and it was just called Shalimar Cologne. And this smells a lot like that flanker to me. A little different though. But yeah, I would say the lemon and iris I pick up right away, so I love that. Vanilla, and then it does have that like Shalimar kind of base to it, right? Yeah, this is nice. So a little bit of florals, you know, a little bit of that, ooh, a little bit of that like slight spice to it that's not like, it's not real spicy, but you know what I mean? Like a little bit of that resinous kind of spice that Shalimar has. Yeah, I like this. So that is a really nice flanker, and I do think this is on discounters now, so if you are curious, you can pick that up. But it's so nice that she sent this, because there's like a good chunk left in there. I could wear this many times still. So thank you very much, Joss. I really appreciate that, and we'll definitely be wearing this one because I like it a lot. Do I like it more than the Millesime Vanilla one? I don't think so, no. But I like it a whole lot. So I would say this is going to be one of my new favorite flankers of Shalimar. Okay, so I just smelled through all these one more time real quick to kind of get an idea of which ones were my favorites. And I think out of everything that Jess sent me this time, a handful of my favorites are the Narciso Rodriguez Musc Noir. I really liked that one. I also really liked the Midnight Shimmer, which of course I don't think I'll ever get, but I'd really like that. The Shalimar for sure, love that one, the Philtre de Parfum. And where'd that one go? The Meharees from Libra Lario. So those are probably my 4 favorites of all these, but there are a few others that seem really promising, and I'm gonna wear them on skin and see how I feel. The only ones that I didn't really like are some of the white florals. The Beau wasn't really for me. Yeah, mostly otherwise it was just ones that were like kind of white florals that typically aren't always my favorite. Sometimes I love, but most of the time not so much. So anyway, that's it. Thanks again to Joss for sending me all these generous samples, and of course this, which I will cherish. If you haven't already subscribed to her channel, make sure you do that. Go ahead and check out her video. I sent her a bunch of stuff to test too, so it'll be fun to see what she thinks about the fragrances I sent her. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you real soon.